What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into some new stuff. So of course I told y'all in the premiere yesterday that I went and picked up the Fenty newest, what is this? Naturally Luminous Long Wear Foundation. I got the shade 420, of course. I wear the shade 420 in all Fenty foundations. In the skin tint, I wear a different number. We'll get into that in a second. Then my Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Powder Foundation Blurring Flex Tech Hybrid Powder showed up in the mail today. I bought the shade Y13. Sorry, it showed up in the mail yesterday, so I figured we could just add it into this video today. And then I'm going to use the Hygiene Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier today. It's supposed to be a highlighter, but you're also supposed to be able to mix it in with her Hygiene liquid primer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today and use her highlighter on top of it, because originally when I use this, I use the Fenty new highlighter on top of it. I'm going to use the hydrating concealer too, because I'm like, we got this luminous hydrating situation going on, might as well. And then I'm going to compare it to the Ease Drops Blurring Skin Tint. I have the shade number 20, so I'm going to put these on side by side and see basically what the difference is between this and the hydrating foundation, because I feel like that would be a good look. So that's what we're gonna do today. So this retails for $40. It's Fenty here, and it says it's a medium coverage with natural finish and is a liquid product. This is a hydrating and glowing foundation that's waterproof and reduces shine for a notch above natural finish. This is a long wearing medium coverage foundation that gives golden hour glow in a bottle. Y'all know I live for golden hour, so this sounds good to me. It hydrates, brightens, and improves the look of skin tone immediately and over time while resisting sweat, humidity, and transfer. Y'all notice everybody's saying stuff is sweat proof, transfer proof, and humidity proof, and all that type of stuff now. What's going on with all that? And what's going on with all of that? Okay, so the skin tint retails for $36, and it's 1.8 fluid ounces, just like the foundation is 1.8 fluid ounces. So they both give you the same amount of fluid ounces. So this is supposed to be a lightweight, natural finish with liquid formulation, and it is a lightweight, buildable, light to medium coverage foundation that leaves skin looking blurred and smooth in 25 flexible shades for all. So this has 25 shades. Y'all know the other foundation I think usually has like 50 shades. Do not quote me, but I feel like it's 50. Let's read up on Natasha's powder. Is it on Sephora? So this comes in 36 shades, I believe. It has 0.441 ounces, and that's what it says on their website. Does it say a different amount on this box? Yeah, it says it's 12.5 grams or 0.44 ounces on the box. It retails for $55. It says, follows the success of her viral Hy-Glam concealer sensation, Natasha Denona introduces her Hy-Glam powder foundation. This Blur Flex Tech hybrid powder delivers a poreless, oil controlling, perfecting second skin finish while caring for your skin. Available in 36 shades. And it's supposed to be a matte finish, a hydrating feel, silky and blendable, flexible formula, lightweight and comfortable, natural finish, wide shade range, and medium buildable coverage. So I'll have some more stuff pop up here for you to read while I'm putting this stuff on my face. But let's get to it, girl, because I woke up at like 12:30. I didn't go to bed till like 6 in the morning, y'all. But Adriangameover isn't with me. Let me zoom in so I don't have to worry about somebody trying to rush me to get everything done. I told y'all, like, I love my son, but like after a certain amount of time he'd be like, when can we leave? How many videos is it? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, you're not gonna rush me on my one day off, like, cause Friday I have to go to your track meets now, so I literally have one day to myself, and you're not going to rush it. He's like, can't you just come back later and do it? Why would I waste gas to come back later to do something I'm already doing now? These kids, like, what are they teaching in these schools? Common sense should have told you I'm not gonna waste gas to come back and do something that I'm already here and could be doing now. Like, you sound crazy. What are they teaching these children in this place? I don't. Anyway, so I'm going to be comparing these two brushes. So I have the e.l.f. Cream and Powder face brush, and it's supposed to be similar to the Patrick Ta Cream and Powder brush that he has for his blushes. So I figured I use each side of each one of these for the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam trick that she said you can do with the primer. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go about doing it, because I'm like, do I want to put this directly on the highlighter? Because I still have to use the highlighter in the future. I guess I can just use the outer parts for when I use the highlighter today, and just kind of put this in the middle. I'm not going to put a lot because I'm not sure how this is about to work out, girl. So I'm just kind of like, I'm literally put like one drop in the middle, y'all, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to start off with the e.l.f. brush, because why not? So this part is supposed to be the cream side. So let's just kind of swirl it around there. I feel like that's what I saw her do in the video on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, on her Instagram page. So I'm trying to like stick with that. I feel like it's not going that well though, because it's just moving the product around in a circle in the pan. It's not necessarily picking up on the brush like I want. So kind of disappointed in that. It's kind of making me feel like maybe I should put it directly on there. But you know, alas, it's too late now. So you gotta do, girl. So start on this side with it. Or maybe I didn't put enough for it to like, you know, last and do too much of anything. I don't know. Yeah, my son, he just be tripping. How many videos and when can we go and all this. It's like, see, this is why I'd rather you just stay at home. Because you're not gonna stop the one day I have to myself to do something after, you know, all we got taking you to do all the things you're supposed to do. But then the one thing I want to do, you think you're finna rush me and doing it just because you rather go home. Then you should stay at home with your grandma. Because they're trying to rush me to, you know, rush through things that I know I need to do for myself anyway. I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. How y'all feeling about this TikTok ban? Because I personally don't care, but I know a lot of people like do TikTok in addition to YouTube and like Instagram and like other social media platforms. So I'm like, are y'all using TikTok, or how do you feel about it? Because my son doesn't believe it's gonna happen. I'm just like, okay, you keep believing it's not gonna happen. Like, I heard they already have another app in place though. Remember I told y'all they have this one called Lemonade that I use, but I'm wondering if they're just gonna change TikTok notes and make that into like a whole, you know, like YouTube, I mean not a YouTube, but like, you know, another version of the original TikTok, since they've already come up with that. And see how that goes. Okay, so that brush worked okay. I'm going to use both of these for blush as well, just so we can have used both sides in this video. But I don't know, I feel like they're not playing with them. Okay, so the Patrick Ta blush is definitely softer, and I'm definitely liking the fact that it is softer. Plus I feel like it picked up the product better. Like, I feel like with the one from e.l.f., at least when it came to the cream side, it's like it didn't want to pick up the product very well, and I had to keep like going back in and dipping it in. And I used the same one dot with Patrick Ta that I used with the e.l.f. one. So I'm feeling like, at least for the cream part, at least on this product in particular, that, you know, I like the Patrick Ta one better. But I feel like it's because it was easier to pick up the product and I didn't have to go back in again the way y'all saw me go back in with the e.l.f. in order to pick it up. So this part isn't necessarily working for me when it comes to this cream highlighter, but it could just be the form of this, and that's why it's not working very well. Because I wouldn't necessarily say that the e.l.f. one is that bad. Buys, just because I like e.l.f. brushes. They have decent brushes. When I first started out, I bought some of their brushes just to see how they were compared to like my Sigma ones and all that. And I feel like they did a pretty good job for the price. Like, they have this crease brush that I really like, that I used in the crease like for a good long while when I was learning how to do makeup, because I didn't want to spend like a whole lot of money on brushes. So let's get into these products now. So I think I'm gonna put the eavesdrops on this side, the original one, and then we'll get into new foundation on this side. So let me get her out the box real quick before we start. Yeah, y'all, but my whole thing is like, I feel like they don't like TikTok because it gives a whole bunch away about stuff that goes on in the world that they don't want us to know about, and people will go there before they go like other places to get information, and they can't control what people are putting on TikTok because it's not an American-based brand. That's honestly my opinion on why they don't like TikTok and why they're trying to get rid of it, and they just claim it's like a safety issue. But it's like, if you just pay China the money back, then maybe it wouldn't be so mad at your ass. because we owe them a whole lot of money. And it's like, and now you're trying to police and control the type of stuff they're doing, but it's like, you still owe these people all this money. Did you forget you owe them all this money? Because they didn't forget you owe them all this money. So it's like, you over here trying to police what they do and all these other things, but it's like, you over here owing them money at the same time. Like, I don't, like, where do you get off? I don't understand. I really don't understand where you get off. But, you know, whatever. So, I'm just wondering what steps they're going to take to make sure. I heard they're supposed to appeal it, which, I mean, I don't blame them. I would appeal it as well, because it's like, I'm not harming you. I haven't done anything with your data. Nothing has happened to anybody. Nothing has been breached anywhere in America. So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I did not really do anything to you, and I'm helping your economy by paying all these people all this money for making these videos. So what is the actual problem? I've already helped your economy by like giving you all this money of loans that you need from my country, and now I'm helping stimulate your economy more by doing what I'm doing with this platform. So what is the problem other than you want to be able to control the media, and you can't control the media if I'm having with TikTok, because it's like TikTok isn't owned by you, so you can't control what they put up. So this is what the skin tint is looking like. She's giving a cute little glow and whatnot. So okay, I feel like it's where I'd have to build it up again, because like I have to build up more in this area right here. So let's do that real quick, because y'all know I'm gonna build up the other one as much as I can. So since it says light to medium, I'm gonna put some more like kind of in this area right here, because my dark spots are usually just around the cheek area. So I'm gonna just build up some more right there, and I think I'll pat it in with the sponge this time just to see if that'll make a difference. So, but yeah, so I honestly feel like that's just what their issue is with TikTok. They can't control what gets put up on TikTok because it's not American owned, and like people talk about stuff on there that they don't want them to talk about. But it's like, since we're not controlled by the American government, they can't do too much about the people revealing things and telling things that they don't want known. That's always been my theory when it comes to trying to stop it, because it's like, there's plenty of other things that you could be stopping that are important for you to do, but you over here try to control this company that you can't control, that's telling stuff that you don't want known to the American people. Like that's always been my thought process when it came to it. But you know, you can tell me down below what you think and why you think they so gun-ho and get rid of TikTok, because that's just my conspiracy theory. Like, you're mad that you can't control it, and people aren't going to Google the way they used to, where you could control the narrative. Oh, it's a different little top. That's cute. It's more like a honeycomb shape, and y'all know it's usually like the oval shape. So, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna start off with 2 pumps on my hand. 1, 2. Oh, they're nice, generous pumps too. Like, okay, nice little generous pumps on the back of my hand here. So I'm liking that. So this is what it looks like. I'm trying to hold it so y'all can see. It's a little runny as much. So, ma'am, I didn't ask you for anything. Why are you talking? Sorry, y'all. I don't know what made Siri think that I was talking to her. I was not. I was talking to you. But you know, she had to put herself in the conversation. Anyway, so I'm not concerned about losing my TikTok just because I don't care about my TikTok. People watch like my comparison videos on there every now and again, but it's like I never really posted too much of anything on there with my face on it. So I guess they felt like they didn't have, you know, an idea of who I really was. I just take the back of the sponge and put it here so we're not mixing the products. So I'll put it back there so the product's not mixed. Oh, this sponge is starting to tear. Well, I'm supposed to throw it away at the end of this month anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter. And I've been using the Sigma one normally. I normally would use the Sigma one. I don't know why I didn't grab that one instead, but take this brush. But yeah, so I feel like a lot of people are gonna be devastated. Like the people that watch TikTok, it's literally like people at my job. That's like what they do a lot of the time when it's downtime at work. So I'm like, I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna go watch a whole bunch of YouTube shorts now because you don't have TikTok anymore? Like, did y'all plan what you gonna do? And they're like, yeah, I don't believe TikTok gonna go anywhere. Okay, you cannot believe it. That don't change the fact that it is though. Like, so where's your plan when it does? As you can see, the each drops look a little bit lighter on my face than the Fenty foundation, but I feel like they both giving that same luminous, like glowing situation and vibe. I was looking at 410 instead of 420, because originally when I went on there, they didn't have 420 up there yet. So I don't know if the shipping of 420 hadn't showed up yet, and that's why it wasn't up there. Because they had everything literally except 420. And I was like, is she trying to make this be like exclusive where you go pick it up on her website for the shade 420? Because she knows a good majority of people wear the shade 420. Because I'm usually like the average skin tone of like what brands think is acceptable to make the deepest enough shade for. Or it used to be. I'm glad that has changed. But it used to be like my shade would be like considered the deepest that they would make stuff for. And it's like if you were darker than I am, and it's like good luck, you got to be. But again, I'm glad that has changed. Okay, so this gave medium coverage off the bat. So far the difference between this and the Skin Blur is like it is that is light to medium, and you do have to build it to the medium. It'll just start off light. Whereas with this foundation, it's just giving medium off the bat, and I'm totally fine with that because y'all know I love medium. I will say that, like I said, this side of my face definitely looks darker than this side of my face. That's just something to keep in mind. So I'm starting to think maybe I should have got 410 like I was looking at. But since summer is coming, and if this works out the way it's supposed to, and it's giving that, you know, like golden hour like Miss Rihanna said it's supposed to, then I'll be fine with having 420. It's kind of giving me the vibes of the Guerlain foundation that I bought during one of the sales last year. What is it called? The Healthy Glow one. It's giving me the vibes of that when it comes to the tone. Obviously that one isn't a hydrating one. It's more of a natural finish, and this is supposed to be a golden hour luminous finish. So that's the only difference to them, but it definitely gives me the vibes of that just looking at it on the skin. Let's go on with Miss Mercier's concealer. I know I heard somebody say they didn't like this concealer, or they weren't getting along with the way everyone else does. I'm pretty sure it was Andrea Montanalo when I was watching her new makeup releases. She was saying how this concealer wasn't getting along with her as well as like other people were. Which I hate when that happens to people, because it's like you try it out, you like a brand, you know you like their products, and you find a product from that you're necessarily crazy about. My whole thing is this supposed to be like her version of the Charlotte Tilbury situation without with it being actually just a foundation as opposed to like a beauty filter or whatever Charlotte's calling that? I don't know, because I feel like that's possibly what this could be like an alternative to, because her original hydrating foundation was just supposed to be hydrating. My whole thing is like I'm hoping this works just as well for like matte people, because like she's known for starting off with products that work well for matte people. So I feel like this would probably work a little bit well for people who have oily combination skin or just oily skin, because you know she knows her demographic. She knows that people are a lot of people have oily skin, including herself. So I'm going to use this sponge. I'm going to turn the sponge over this way just so we can blend out this concealer first though. But I got the Sephora collection concealer brush in my last haul, which you all haven't even seen yet. But I was like, we're going to use it out in today's video. I used it out in another video if I remember correctly. So this will be my second time using it. It's a little bit thinner than what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be like the sponge I normally use. Y'all know I mean not the sponge, the brush I normally use. Y'all know I normally use the one from Beaute Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy. But you know, I wanted to try something different, so I tried this one out. Makeup by Mario's brush is really similar to that brush too, so if you didn't get a chance to pick it up from Beaute Beauty and you needed one, like his is really similar. I feel like his is a little bit softer though than hers is. Don't quote me, but that's just the vibe it gave me. Try to pat this out lightly and just, you know. And make sure we cover these dark circles. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat for lunch, because I just got up and started filming videos, but I'm like, I know I'm gonna have to take a lunch break before I continue filming a whole bunch of videos. So I'm trying to have an idea of what I feel like eating. I was thinking about going to Panda Express, because I have not been there in forever. I kind of want Panera though, so I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, because I don't think there's a Panera like anywhere around where I am. But I know there's like a Panda Express like down the street by the mall that my grandma lives by. So my grandma lived by. So I'm thinking I'll just go there and pick it up. I don't know. Let's turn this over and kind of blend everything together. But everything's giving pretty much like, you know, golden hour-esque vibes. So since Charlotte's powder is supposed to be a blurring Flex Tech hybrid powder, I figured I would go ahead and use my soft focus blurring powder from Sigma on the face. So y'all know I love this powder. This is the shade Honey. I know I've been talking y'all ear off about it, but it is one of my favorites, so I like to use it underneath the eye as much as possible. Although I feel like maybe I should be using a mattifying one today, just because, you know, I have on some very glowy and hydrating type things, but I just love this powder so much. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and use it, and just use some really mattifying setting sprays to make up for the fact that I'm using powder that isn't necessarily for that. Ooh, yes, honey. Look at the blur. Look at the blur. Yes, girl. Look at the blur. It's like an all type of gorgeous. It's giving I'm living, yes. I just love how soft focused and blurred this makes like my under eyes look, y'all. I feel like it does such a great job that time. I'm just like, yes, I need to use it. I must use it. I have to use it. I will use it. I want to soft focus blur and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money. I feel like this is definitely a good alternative because Sigma always has good sales and you can always use Smooth Code to get a discount on this powder. It's just amazing. Just working with the powder, honey. Ooh, yes. I gotta go get a new battery and then we will get into Natasha because it's flash and then I don't want to start putting it on and then it goes off and I'm mad. I'm gonna use the F80 Kabuki from Sigma. I told y'all I like to use this brush when it comes to like powder foundations and stuff because I feel like it gives more coverage than a normal powder brush would. So I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so on to this powder. So here's what the component looks like. I'm hoping I picked the okay shade. Okay, so this is what the shade looks like. To me, it's a little lighter than I felt like it looked online, but you know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, let's put her on and see how I feel about it. I want to see if it's gonna blur just as nice as my Sigma one does. So, okay. Put a little bit up here. Now we gotta tap around the temple real quick. Okay, y'all. Tell me the face doesn't look airbrushed. Okay, Natasha, girl. Okay. The funny thing is, like, when this powder was announced and she was doing her little video or whatever, and she didn't want to tell us what it was, I was like, anyway, like I was saying, decided to cut off. When she posted about this powder or whatever, and she said something was coming, I was like, is it finally a powder, Natasha? And they like liked my comment. And I was like, oh, okay, so it is a powder. And then they showed that it was this powder. I'm like, okay. Because I felt like for the longest time, I remember I was telling y'all, I felt like she had came out with all these foundations, all this other stuff. And I was like, Natasha, girl, what a powder. Like, you gave us this Transfix matte foundation. We had the X foundation. We have the concealer. But it's like, there's no powder. What, Natasha, what am I supposed to do without the powder? Like, I need some powder. Like, the powder has to complete the look. You got all these other things, minus bronzer, because I guess you prefer contour, but like, you know, we still need. Okay, so this is what it looks like on this side. I don't like it as much on this side. Like, I feel like it looks so nice and airbrushed on this side, and on this side, I feel like it's just kind of meh. It's giving meh. Maybe I need to build it up some more, but I just feel like I see a whole bunch of texture and meh going on, and it's not looking as nice as I want it to on Rihanna's new foundation. So I don't know if it has to do with the blur technology or flex technology, whatever they called it, but I just don't feel like it's looking the way I wanted it to. Or maybe it's just trying to give more of that radiant look to it, and that's why it's not sitting down in here, because remember this is supposed to be a golden hour side. So I'm hoping that's why it's not looking the way I expected it to, because I definitely see radiance, even though I set it down, it's still giving like a radiant dewy-ish type glow. Whereas I feel like this one's just giving like a natural like skin blurred finish. So depends on what you like, which one you'll prefer. But sorry y'all, it's a lash my eye, that's why people don't get so much. It's like I can feel it. But yeah, so far this one is just giving way more luminosity, but that's what it's supposed to do, so can't get too mad at it, right? Okay, so let's get into this blush. Now I've had this e.l.f. blush for a while. If you all remember, I think I bought like the bronzer and the blush, and I never used use the blush in the video because the other blush I had ended up showing up broken, and I had other things that I was testing out at the time. So we're going to use the blush today. I know 5,320 years later after I use my bronzer. So, of course, I'm taking my Sigma matte bronzer in the shade Deep to use on my face, and then I'll get into the blush that I was talking about. So where's my brush? Oh, here it is. Okay, so just bronzer it up real quick. Yeah, like the luminosity is coming through. Like it has powder on it, you still see luminosity through the skin. So now that come to play when she said this golden hour luminosity, like I'm definitely seeing it. And even though I feel like I said it, I feel like it's still, the luminosity is still shining through. So I guess it's like a good thing or a bad thing. Like if you have dry skin, it's good for you. But since I have oily combination skin, to me it just makes me think I didn't set my face as well as I should have, because I'm seeing this luminosity coming through. And it probably don't help that I put that luminizing like powder in with the highlighter and use it as a primer. That's probably not helping either, so that might be why I still think I see it as well, because I use that product. So I'm gonna test the foundation again on its own, obviously, but I just wanted to test that hack and see. And I feel like it's definitely showing, because it's definitely showing through this, and y'all clearly saw me set my face with powder. So that highlighter is definitely giving. With that Patrick Ta blush, it picked up more, because I feel like on this side that we didn't use the Patrick Ta brush, we used the e.l.f. blush, you don't see as much of that going on. So maybe don't use this like that if you have oily combination skin like I do, because it's definitely going to come through and it might make you feel like you look oily. Or you might be paranoid and think you didn't set your face enough, when really it's just like the primer from mixed in with the highlighter from Natasha Denona. Just something to keep in mind. Okay, so the blush I have, I'm kind of sad that they got rid of the blushes that I, you know, had from, what do you call her? The original blushes that e.l.f. had in the Primer Infused collection. I'm mad that they got rid of the deeper shades that worked nicer for my skin tone, because they just left us with some newer shades. I bought this shade, which is Always Fresh, to try out. So we're going to try the two brushes with the each side of the brush. So I'm gonna start off with the e.l.f. brush, because this is an e.l.f. product actually, and put that blush on this side. So let's get into it. Now this side, I feel like it's probably gonna work out better than the side with the cream, just because it's a powder brush, so I feel like it should be easier to layer on, and you shouldn't have the difficulties that I had with the brush for the cream, because it's just a nice soft powder. But I feel like this blush might not last as well as I wanted to on my skin tone, just because of the coloring of it. But you know, I'm still gonna put it on and pack it on, and we'll see what happens. I feel like it should go nicely with the eye look I gotta do though, because I'm doing the Beaute Bar Secret Garden today, because it showed up at my house like last night after I had already come over here. So I just went back in the middle of the night when there was hardly any traffic to pick it up, and it didn't take long, so that worked. On to Patrick's brush. I feel like his picked it up lighter than the e.l.f. one did, and I'm gonna have to use it a whole lot more. So it's like I like each side of the brush for different reasons. Like this one isn't picking up as much product, so if you're a person who's heavy-handed with blush and is scared that of the pigmentation of a blush and it's gonna take you too long to blend out, or you're scared you'll pick up too much, then I feel like you'll like the Patrick Ta one. If you don't mind having a lot of blush come up on a brush at one time, then I feel like you would like the e.l.f. one better. I'm personally preferring the Patrick Ta one just all the way around, because it's easy to build up the blush, and sometimes you can be heavy-handed and put on too much. But so this is what we're working with. Each side, I don't know why I feel like it looks ashy on the side with the skin tint, whereas I feel like it shows more of the true color on the side with the Luminous foundation. So that's interesting. Did y'all see that? Like, I feel like you see the pink color here very clearly, but right here I feel like it just looks ashy. I don't know what's going on with that, but okay. So it's a nice color. I just feel like it's one of those that I need a cream base with. Like, I would put this on top of that Say cream blush that you all are gonna see in my Sephora try on haul part 2, whenever it comes out, child. Who knows who knows? New things are always coming in. I have no idea. You guys will see that. So let's get on to this high gel as an actual highlighter now. On the face, we almost done, y'all. We got this and then the Give Beauty lip product because I feel like it would match the blush nicely, so that's why I want to use it today. And then I only have one more left, and that's the Armani one. So I'm gonna use my F03 brush from Sigma. It's my favorite brush to use when it comes to my highlighters, especially when I'm hitting the cheekbones like this. So I think I have like 3 or 4 of these brushes because I like it that much. But yeah. And then I'm gonna top it with the glow powder from her in shade 3, because as you can see, this isn't giving that much luminosity or color. I mean, in a little bitty spot, I feel like wherever you initially sit it down, it like sits there, and then it doesn't necessarily always want to move around. So that's just something to keep in mind with it. But as you can see, it's giving very subtle, so we're gonna have to build her up because that's just a little too subtle for my liking, in my personal opinion. It's just, but you see on this side, it's giving more. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really want to move from where I initially set it down. Like, I'm trying to put it into the spot right here, and nothing is moving to that spot. So I don't know what's going on with that or why, but you know, that's just something to keep in mind. Wherever you initially put it down, it most likely is not going to move from there. And you're gonna have to add in places like I'm doing right now to get that done for you. So it's a little temperamental to work with, and then it doesn't give like that much coverage. But if you like that your skin but better glow from within highlighter, then I feel like you'll like this. Especially if you have dry skin, you might like this better because it'll like warm up to your skin when you blend it in and look as natural as it possibly can. And that's, you know, something I hear people like. However, I am going to set it with this one. I have the shade medium. It's a really nice color. It's actually quite deep to me, considering it's supposed to be a medium shade. So I was like, when I saw dark, I was like, oh yes, Natasha, show them how it's done, Natasha girl, because these other girls out here saying that this is deep, or might be dark deep. Yeah, so with this highlighter on top of it, I like it a whole lot better. I feel like it just gives a little extra oomph to it that I feel like it didn't necessarily have on its own. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, you get the little extra oomph that it didn't have on its own when you add this on top. So I'm here for it. It's real cute. I'm gonna go put some lip liner on, and then I will come back and we'll put on the shade Marigold. I'm trying to debate if I want to put it on top of a lipstick or if I want to just put it on its own. Because I feel like I would put this on top of a lipstick and not traditionally wear it on its own. So that's why I'm feeling like I should put it on top of a lipstick. I have the one I've been testing out for the dupe video with the Westwood Atelier. So I'll probably put it with that. Either way, I'll be right back. If I do decide to put it on top of a lipstick, I'm going to swatch it on the back of my hand so you can see what the color actually looks like on its own. I'll be right back. This is your finished face, girl, and as far as I'm concerned, the primer infused blush my butt, like, I feel like it's already disappeared to nothing on this side, and we just put it on a little while ago, and this side is holding up okay, but it's starting to fade pretty quickly. So this is a color, if you're my skin tone, you're definitely gonna have to put a cream underneath to make it last, because otherwise it ain't lasting. I feel like there's nothing here, and I feel like there's like that much over here, and we just put it on like maybe 20 minutes ago. So yeah, no. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Okay, y'all, time for turn. This is what the face is working with. So this is the luminous side, if you all remember correctly, and then this is the skin tint side. So I actually thought the skin tint side did better than the what is it, luminous side. But in all fairness, because it's luminous and has that golden hour glow to it, it might just be looking more oily because of that. Not to mention, remember we used the Patrick Ta brush on this side, and it picked up more of that glowy highlighter product and that primer than it did on this side with the e.l.f. brush. So that could be it. Plus, we didn't use a mattifying powder right in this area here, and since it's a illuminating product, you know, or a hydrating foundation is not necessarily made for my skin type as a general rule. So that could be part of what's going on with why this side looks oilier. I'll leave a comment down below, give y'all more detail tomorrow about how it worked out for me then. But yeah, I like the foundation well enough. I just know I need to use like a mattifying primer and a mattifying powder. I like the Natasha Denona powder though. I think it looks really nice on the skin. As you can see, I do feel like it still looks like nice and blurred everywhere we put it. And it doesn't seem to be actually having too much oil where we actually put that powder. And that's supposed to be a mattifying one if I remember correctly. Or at least a matte finish. So I'm like, I like what I tried. I think it's nice. It's just more of working with primers and things to make it work. Since I know it's a golden hour finish, I should have known better than to use that Natasha Denona underneath it. But I like the Natasha Denona glow thing. I would do that again underneath a foundation that's matte, just so it can get more of this golden effect right here, where it's like I'm glowing from within but not looking oily the way I do now. So I liked all the products I tried today. It's just a question of finding something that works as far as primers and powders go to make sure that I don't look oily like this at the end of the day. So those are my thoughts on both of them. Now as far as preference goes, I like the color of the eavesdrop side better than the color of this one. So maybe I should have got 410 like I thought. But like I said, summer was coming and I knew 420 was my normal shade. So when summer comes and I find what works for it, which I'm thinking is going to be the Danessa Myricks serum foundation or the Yummy Balm to put underneath here to start off with, I feel like that'll definitely do the trick. So I'm going to use that tomorrow and see how I feel. But I like everything I tried. It's just I need to use a different primer because no. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. My membership is down below if you're interested. As far as the lip product goes, it worked fine. It felt nice. It faded off nicely. It didn't do any of that weird patchiness where it goes when you can't tell. I have put it on again since, but I just got done eating before I started this video, so that's why I don't have any on seal. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. Oh, and the eyes of Beaute Bar's Secret Garden palette. That video should be up, I think, close to the end of this week or something. I don't know. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. See you later, girl. Bye.